Hey everyone, so this is my review of New Amsterdam, Season 1, Episode 5, called Cavitation. And essentially what this episode is about is that Max has this journalist shadowing him around the hospital to sort of show this journalist what New Amsterdam is like. And while that's going on, Reynolds and Bloom sort of have a disagreement when Bloom decides to break protocol in order to save someone's life. And Dr. Kapoor is sort of confronted by someone of his past. And this was a really interesting and great episode that I really loved with how it chose to actually do its storyline telling and stuff. Where they started out the story making it seem like this episode was going to have a really sad and like horrible ending to it and stuff. But then as things played out and unraveled and sort of stuff, the ending ended up being more or less like happy, and that I found really interesting, and I thought it was really well done with how they chose to do that. And everything with Max and him having this journalist shadowing him around and stuff was interesting, and I really loved it for the fact of how Max kept bringing up that what the journalist sort of thought he should do a storyline on and stuff wasn't actually what Max wanted the story to be about. And then I also really enjoyed it for the fact of the reveal that Max was the one who actually called in the journalist and not the head of the hospital. And he did that because of the fact that he believed that this journalist was the only one who could tell the truth that Max wanted to be told. And I found that very interesting with how they chose to reveal that, and sort of how the journalist took that was also really interesting, in my opinion. And then the story that he actually wrote by the end of this episode was really interesting, but I felt like it was way too fluffy and like nice compared to what a normal journalist would have done. Then everything with Dr. Bloom was interesting with these two boys coming in who were shot possibly by the police, and them dealing with that and stuff. And the sort of breaking protocol that she did was that one of the boys had been shot through the heart, or pretty close to the heart, enough that his heart was having problems sort of pumping blood. And so she had to do this procedure to essentially drain the blood and get like this clog sort of moving, I believe it was. And as an ER doctor, she's not supposed to do that because it's a major sort of surgical procedure that, if done wrong, you could essentially kill the heart. So that was interesting with how that sort of disrupted her and Reynolds' relationship, because of the fact that when he got there, he truly didn't believe if he could fix the damage that she did. And I also found it interesting with the slow sort of reveal that it was that Dr. Bloom actually didn't do the procedure wrong. There was just a bleeding somewhere else that they didn't predict. And I found that interesting with how everyone sort of took that, and it was also great to see Bloom sort of not standing down and truly believing that what she did was right. Then the other boy who got shot that didn't have the heart problems was interesting with him being roughly okay, besides the fact that he got shot, and not in as horrible of a condition as his friend was, but it's slowly being revealed that he is in a lot worse condition than he's putting off there. And then the introduction of this second boy's brother was also great, with how everyone was very hesitant to sort of deal with him because he was aggressive and like no one truly believed that what he was saying was true, where he shows up and being like, hey, I need to see my brother, can I see my brother and stuff, and everyone's like, yeah, your brother's probably not actually here and stuff. And I found that really interesting with how it was all taken and done and stuff. And then when Max sort of stepped in to try and help was also great to see how everything sort of escalated from there. I thought it was all really well done. And then just seeing this brother's sort of emotional development through this episode when he's dealing with all this stuff going on with his brother, I really loved, and I loved even more with how Max sort of played into that and how Max was sort of there to help this boy. Then everything with Dr. Form was great. with him at first trying to approach and like psychoanalyze one of the boys who got shot through this boy's aunt, and him slowly having to discover that that's not the way he should be doing this right now. He should be helping the aunt with her sort of emotional problems and stuff because of the fact of her nephew being shot and just all the other trauma and stuff that she's had to go through her life. And I really did love all the conversations and stuff that Dr. Form sort of had with her. It was all like really well organized and done in my opinion, and I just so enjoyed seeing those scenes. And then Dr. Kapoor finally meeting his son, I enjoyed with how it was all showcased and how it was all done, where the son was sort of friendly at first, but then as the conversation sort of went on and developed, you sort of got to see the conflict between them and sort of see what sort of broke them up, and I thought that was really well organized, and I could truly feel all the emotions that they were going through, and I just loved that so much. And then just overall, this was a really great episode that was done so well, and it just had a bunch of really great storylines to it, and I just enjoyed watching every second of it, and I'm so excited to see what's going to happen in the next episode. And just, yeah. So that's my review of New Amsterdam, Season 1, Episode 5, called Cavitation. So, yeah. Bye!